So if you are playing the First Descendant and it feels like you are putting in the time but not seeing progress, you are probably focusing on the wrong things, right? So here's what you should focus on in the First Descendant. Focus on one descendant. One descendant, and that will probably be one of the big four: Bunny, Ajax, Viessa, or Lepic. They're all good. The one that you're probably going to want to play the most that they give out for free is probably going to be Bunny. We'll go over Bunny. Some things you can start off with. This is what's on the screen, some start off things. That's why the stats are a bit wonky. But here's what you should focus on. Get your Bunny. Finish the main campaign. Finish that out. You need to get your Thunder Cage, level it up. It's a staple. Most bunnies use it as a stat stick. What is a stat stick? They put brisk walk on it. They put some other things on it, but it's just there for bunny to hold, because when you have a weapon equipped, some things activate like brisk walk, which will give her increased movement speed. Now, the next one that you should probably level up is going to be Enduring Legacy. It's very easy to build. It's very good. It's very good like the Tamer. Like the Tamer is the rare weapon that dominated the game for a long period of time. So, Enduring Legacy, again, easy to build. Greg's Reverse Fate, fun to use, creates a lot of explosions, is getting an update soon. Not a bad gun to go into. All the other guns in the game are pretty niche. They're in a lane of their own, doing their own thing with certain things. That's the best way I can describe it. Now, your reactor for Bunny is going to be the tingling one. Electric, singular, skill cost, skill duration. Anything outside of this is for a specific niche thing that you are trying to do in the game, but for the most part, you can't go wrong with this. If you want to skill crit hit rate, skill crit hit up, that's going to be good for Bunny too. But again, I digress. Slayer set's good for Bunny. It's positive and negative. Gives her her max skill power that she could use from most builds out there will probably tell you. It's not going to be these exact rolls on here. Your MP recovery in combat is very important. Max MP recovery in combat. Your defense and shield recovery modifier is probably important there. So max shield recovery modifier, defense, and I want to say is MP recovery modifier. And then you're going to have HP and MP recovery out of combat. That's what they're going to say. You're going to get this from, I forget where you get this from specifically. I want to say it's Fortress. If you don't know where to get something from, right, since I just drew a blank, we're going to go to the library real quick. We're going to look at external components. We're going to go to the actual Slayer set. We're going to hit the acquisition button, and you get it from Magister Labs. Magister Labs at the time of the recording of this video is the focusable one for 400% if you are looking to focus it. All right. So now, weapons, we got those. That's what we're focused on. We have the external components of what's typically good with any character for the most part. Slayer stat, again, you can't go wrong. Tingling Reactor, the build, you're going to need at least 10 catalysts in here. You're going to want to activate an energy activator. Activate the energy activator, put it on there, put it on the character. It's going to increase their module level. Put this build together, use it as a base if you need to. You can't go wrong with this, with these socket setups, right? They're very flexible, no matter whose build you copy online, right? A lot of the builds in the First Descendant are samey. Some variations, but they're all samey. There is an optimal build for a character. I don't use glass cannons. I've never liked using glass cannons. I'm not that guy. So Power Beyond, people would tell you Power Beyond is going to increase her skill power by 15% at base. I like using Wave Eruption. So that's why I have it on there. Again, it's not the best. I'm not telling you the way. I'm telling you a way to play. So we got the Thunder Cage, we got the weapons, got everything. So that's all beginning game. Skip the campaign, do that. Bad guys want bad things. Good guys want to stop them from doing it. So that's the First Descendant. That's the whole story. It's kind of easy. So mid game, you're gonna be focused on arcade tuning. Arcade tuning is this little bar down here. Arcade tuning can be increased by void vessel for the max amount. Sigma sector is going to give you boosts when the first time you do it. So do those at least, both of those at least once. You get your free ancestral module of whoever character that may drop for. But consistently, void vessel, you're going to start normal, right? You're going to get a little bit of XP. You're going to get stuff for Inez and another descendant, and you're going to get the dog and all that in there. Medium-sized facility, you're going to get more arcade experience. This is where you're going to get the swords, and you're going to be grinding for the swords for a long period of time. So, Void Vessel. Void Erosion Purge, you don't got to worry about that. This is just a challenge mode. It's not part of anything significant besides farming for cores. I say not part of anything significant because you get a bunch of cores playing the game. But getting more cores, you're going to want to finish Void Erosion Purge, right? So this is where you're going to farm level 10 and keep getting these level 6s in order to craft more cores. So the weapon stuff, not so important for Bunny, because Bunny doesn't really use weapons. She uses her stuff. But again, you're gonna be core farming here for a while. So it's farm. Void Erosion Purge challenge, definitely not important unless you can do it. They've made it significantly easier. Get 10 cores of every color per every challenge. Resets every season. So you can do it once a season. Sigma sector. How strong is Sigma sector? Sigma sector is strong. Like you have 250% dungeons, 400% dungeons. Sigma sector is about, let's say, 500%. So you're going to need to be maxed out. Now, what's a maxed out character mean? That means that the weapon, the substats look good in each weapon. The weapons are catalyst out, right? They're looking pretty good there. The reactor and the external components are maxed out. You're going to be maxing those out over here in the auxiliary workbench for the reactor, right? You're going to see this. You're going to increase it. You're going to do that. You're going to do the reactor option. This is going to increase the substats on it. Then you're going to do the external component. You're going to do each individual one of those, increase that. So a maxed out descendant, maxed out weapon or weapons, maxed out reactor, maxed out external components. That is a max character. Then once we're done with the Sigma sector and arcade tuning, then we're going to get into our actual trigger module. Trigger modules can be picked up by playing the game like all the other modules, and you can view ones that affect your descendant or view ones that affect everything. So again, Power Beyond is going to be the best for Bunny, but I don't like using it. And then so our trigger module is activated. Now we are like maxed. So next we want to go to Endgame. Endgame is going to consist of Axiom Plains. Grinding Axiom Plains out, doing the missions, the new dungeons to get the new characters and the new weapons. You're going to be defeating the Colossus, the wall crasher when he comes in. You're going to be farming for Luna here. You're going to be farming for your vehicle. So your vehicle is going to be used to maneuver in the game. Easy enough. But you need to grind out Axiom Plains. In order to get the Axiom Plains, like I said, you got to do all the other stuff first. When you focus your arcade tuning, right, when we get to that point, you can copy this one, copy someone else's offline, whatever. The arcade tuning tree copies that of the oblo of their board, Paragon board, I want to say. And this one's kitted out for weapons. So weapons and so multi-hit, weapon synergy, right? Let me use two hands. This is going to be defense, attribute resistance and movement speed. This is going to be defense and health. This is going to be skill power. This is going to be skill cooldown. Typically, that's what it all aligns to. So if you want to figure out how to get the maximum amount of Kuiper, Kuiper is this blue thing over here, Kuiper shards. You're going to be wanting to play the game, and then you're going to go over to this charismatic fellow all the way over here in this tunnel, the coolest part of Axion, I think. It's like the most designed. And you're going to be talking to Cillian, and you're going to exchange your duplicate modules for Kuiper. That's what's going to get the most bang for your buck there. If you want gold, people aren't going to like this answer, but special operations, especially with Bunny, and especially if you have a dog, it's going to help out a lot if you have a dog. Special operations will give you some of the most money from playing a special operation. So doing a special operation on hard mode, which people don't really do anymore. A lot of people have gold, but if you need gold, come over here, start a public one. You get in there with a Bunny or a Frainer or a Valby. Every character can nuke the map now, but you're going to be running around with Bunny. You're going to be killing everything, and you're going to be collecting gold. And I want to say you get about 1 million to 2 million gold per run. It's the long way to do it. The next way you get gold is you're going to get another 10 million from doing these disrupt invasions. They're very easy. They take about 5 minutes. They're just tedious in order to get up to 5 to 10 million gold. But you're going to be burning through it, and you're going to need to, because it gives you Ironheart particles. Ironheart particles are part of the seasonal artifact, the inversion reinforcement. And you're going to want to max this out to get all these free abilities activated, and you're going to want to focus in on your build some. So that is what all that's going to be for. So gold, special operations, or disrupt invasions, you're going to be doing both of those. And then whatever events are in the game, you can purchase gold through there if you don't need to purchase anything else from those event shops. And that's where that's like your quickest gold farm. There ain't no need for a whole video on it, on getting gold. Special operations, right? Or disrupt invasion missions. If you find yourself not wanting to do a disrupt invasion or doing a special operation, then the third way that you can get a decent amount of gold is from actually playing, I want to say it's going to be like the new dungeons. There's a lot of creatures that die there, so nickel and diamond gold there. Wall Crasher doesn't give you that much gold. I think it's about 26,000, so fighting him is not going to net you that much gold. But if there's any other way to get gold easily, it's not in the game yet. But if it is, then there'll probably be an updated video on this on how to get gold. But gold right now is one of the harder things to get before the new event comes into the game that is supposedly specialized in gold. It's like an upgraded special operations, but special operations will net you 1 million to 2 million gold per run. I've tested this, and this is what I found out through my testing. If there is anything else that you would think that you would need to focus on, again, finish the main campaign, do the things in the order that I told you to do them in, build your character up that way. Anything else outside of this base build here is now to your flavor. And build your character to your flavor, but make sure you build them right. If you build them glass cannon, like most YouTubers out there are building them, then you're going to die a lot. And it's not going to be fun, because you're just going to find yourself trying to figure out why your build doesn't work. Go with safety, go with what you're comfortable with, go with what works for you, and not what works for everybody else. This is your own Descendant, you play it your way. Now, if you want builds for Ajax, I will put it on the screen right now. And this is going to be kind of something you can build with. It's a good base. you're going to want to put a trigger module in him. You know, I want to say his trigger module is going to be like, I want to say it's battering ram. So yeah, you're going to want battering ram on there. So not too bad. Good base, good weapons, good external components, good reactor. This is your free Ajax build if you want to build him that way. I'll go over to, what's the next one? I'll go over to Viessa. All right, good weapons for her. Right, clairvoyance is like her weapon. Her build, the absolute zero build. A lot of people want to get away from absolute zero, but this is what I found works. This is good. Take a screenshot of that so I can move this on. And then I do the polar knight set. I think she does better with the Slayer set. I think she does more damage with the Slayer set. I don't like using the Slayer set. That's why it's not kitted out like that. And then this is what I go for her reactor. So take a screenshot of this if you want. But that is how she's built. If you want an overlook of the weapons, hit the like button down below and I will show you that in another video when I go over a detailed breakdown on that. And then Lepic. So again, this Lepic isn't built out. I don't really play Lepic. I tell you that right now. But this is a okay. This isn't even an okay start. Look up someone else's Lepic. I don't play Lepic. I gotta look up someone else's Lepic because the Lepic is trash. He ain't good. Don't use this. But the weapons I like to use with Lepic are these. Obviously, I went with the Slayer set with him and the Burning Singularity Reactor. I can't believe my Lepic is so bad. I don't play Lepic. I don't like him. But he is a very good Descendant. I just don't like using him. Anyway, he doesn't really use guns. He's going to be using his skill, so guns don't really matter. But he is a like weapon specialist. So, and I'll throw in one more because she is a fan favorite of everybody's, and that's Valby. Everyone loves Valby. Don't know why. She's cool, but her kit is hard to build. The Enlightened Maid set is extremely hard to get, like the exact rolls that you want on it. And then this Peacemaker is very hard to get now. Probably not now, but it was very hard to get. And her kit takes like a lot. It takes a lot. I think I've put a lot into her, tweaking her around, but people like Valby a lot. There you go. So that's what you're going to be focused on. Take all those builds if you want to. I left out the arcade tuning trees, so it would slim this video down just a little bit. I don't want to go on too long. And if you guys did enjoy the video, hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And if you want more First Descendant content that's going to be popping up on the screen, see it's going to be popping up on that side over there, or that side over there. And then you can see more First Descendant content here on the channel. If you want more Destiny 2 content from me, which is also happening on this channel, let me know in the comment section below. But for this month, I'll primarily focus on the First Descendant and get in where you fit in, and I will see you in the next one.